Rush. Wake up. Kiss Country.
7:36. Another gorgeous day on tap, but boy, I tell you what, we need some rain. That's for sure, isn't it? Right, Pete?
It's crazy. It's been a long time since I've seen it this dry.
Man, I can't remember last time I mowed my yard.
No, I'm the same way. I looked at it this morning. I thought, man, I should mow it just to level it out, but
Right.
I don't even know if that's worth it right now.
I know it. Yeah, my wife, the lawnmower expertise, she's like, well, you can raise it up and just cut it higher. I go, well, I could, but
I do that all year. I leave mine at 3.5 inches all year long.
I do too.
Yep.
I don't even think it's 3.5 inches. I think it's shrinking and turning brown.
I think it's turning brown and tipping over.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's to the point where it's beyond important to get rain, and I don't know. Forecast doesn't look too promising.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it's going to be nice out though,
right?
As far as the rain goes. I mean, the sunshine goes, and temperature wise. But man, the lawns need it, the crops need it. Boy, it's taking a toll on the beans and the corn a little bit this year.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, you're seeing stories all you have for the past several weeks, and it's just getting worse. That farmers are getting concerned, and it sounds like they've got every right to be.
Did you know they're already harvesting already?
I did not.
I saw it yesterday in Highway 69 over in Clemmy.
Wow.
In the Belmont area. Yeah.
Okay.
That, and somebody actually told me about it. I hadn't seen it, but I was actually on a phone call talking to somebody in the ag business.
Yep.
And they were wanting to do some things, but they moved an event up early. And because of the harvest, and I go, well, how soon are they going to start harvesting? They go, they started today.
Wow.
I said, what? And then I saw it.
Yeah, we were down in the Des Moines area a couple weeks ago. And you get south of here, and it's even more, the crops were brown already. So
yeah.
I talked to one of our shop supervisors last week up in Northeast Iowa, and he said the corn was turning there, and I know some of it's turning here as well. So it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah. Well, we need rain, but we don't need to have weeks of rain. You know what I mean? Especially once they start harvesting, then it just turns into a muddy mess out there in the field.
Yeah. Hopefully if they end up, taking it off early, they do get decent weather to do that, and don't make things any worse.
Right. As far as road construction, perfect weather for all that, isn't it? Get those.
Yeah, things have been going well. We have been, making good progress. We touched on it last Friday when I joined you, but the bridge deck at Floyd for the new overpass was poured last Wednesday, I believe.
Okay.
So again, that's always kind of a milestone event. So they are keeping on working there. It looks like they're going to start working on the new entrance for the truck stop on the west side of Highway 218 there, and just doing some more work. And the paving crew for the main line is hopefully coming in at the end of September. So hopefully we'll be able to get this thing done on schedule. That's what we're still shooting for. Since the day we started this a couple of years ago, we said late November in 2023, and so far so good. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
There you go. Other big projects or little projects wrapping up or getting close to?
Yeah, they are. The Iowa 3 resurfacing project, we had a little bit of work to do around a bridge east of Hampton this week, so that's pretty much done. And the deck overlay on Iowa 9 west of Osage, we were hoping to get that open yesterday, but had a little bit of equipment issues, so that will be opened up today. Deck overlay at Iowa 9 on the west edge of Riceville. They did finish the one side, so traffic has been switched over, and they're working on the other side. That should be done by the end of September. Deck overlay at New Haven should be done by the end of October. The bridge deck overlays on the Avenue of the Saints between Eisenhower and US 65, still shooting for late September on those. And then the two you might see a little bit of change in, the US 18 project in Hancock County at Britt and Garner. They've been working on the west side of Britt. Work will more than likely be moving to the east side of town tomorrow or Thursday. So be ready for a little bit of traffic control switch there. And then we're going to be doing a patching project on Interstate, and this is going to run pretty much the length of interstate in our district, which is milepost 151, which is about 40 miles south of Clear Lake, then all the way up to the state line. There'll be crews going through the area, patching some of the bad spots. So just be aware of that. Again, that'll be a single lane closure, but just something to watch out for. So that kind of wraps up what we've got going this week and starting early next week.
Well, when you get all that new cement down, all the asphalt and all that stuff, you got to go paint the lines.
Yep.
How long? Because I'm curious about this because I'm going. I noticed I got a little bit of yellow on my truck, Pete.
Did you really?
I did. And how fast is that paint drying?
It's going to depend on the temperature. It's going to depend on the humidity. All that stuff plays into it. I don't know the exact time, but I do know that they're very careful about opening it up before the paint is dry for reasons like that.
Yeah. Well,
are you sure you didn't just hit like a big bug and that's just yellow guts all over it?
No, it's not. Actually, when did I get? I got it one day in between Garner and Ventura. Yeah, between Garner and Ventura one day. There was they were painting some lines and they had you go, which is weird. They had you go around on the shoulder to go around them.
Sure. Yep.
And then so when somebody noticed it and goes, "Hey Jay, you got some yellow paint on your red truck. Fits your Cyclones." But,
yeah.
But I go, yeah, but I wonder how that got there. And I go, well, wait, I was following a paint truck, or other cars too,
right,
and then we went around. So that's why I was wondering. I'm going, how fast is that paint dry?
Yeah, so, I don't know the exact time. But like I said, I know it is fairly fast drying, and I know they do everything they can to keep traffic off of them. So hopefully, you've got a good coat of wax on that thing where you can get that paint removed.
Yeah, you want to come over and do that since you're with the DOT?
Do you want me to bring steel wool?
What? Oh, Pete, come on now. Well, remember, you can, if you're doing some traveling, you can always check out what's happening not only in the summertime but also in the wintertime. And there's a lot of great information there on the 511ia.org. Or you can download that mobile app, which is a fantastic thing to have your passenger look at while you're driving in the car.
Exactly. Like I touched on it last week and probably the week before too. Try to keep updated on that app because this is the time of year where contractors, especially like this patching project on interstate, they're going to be jumping around. They've got if they're ahead on one project and behind on another, they might pull a crew from one project over to the other. So things can change pretty quickly. So just be aware of that. Watch out for the road work, and we're getting close to the end. Obviously got a couple months left yet, but we're getting to the point where we can start looking at wrapping things up after we get into November.
And that's real time too. The app is correct.
Yes, it is real time.
Okay.
Now again, things can change at the drop of a hat. So
right.
And we do what we can to keep it updated, but it's not always perfect. But like I said, we will do everything we can to get it as close as possible.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Of course, the Iowa DOT update is brought to you by Mason City All Risk Insurance. Dave and the crew there get you taken care of. It was anywhere from crop insurance to motorcycles to mopeds to snowmobiles to you name it. They can get you all covered. Make sure you stop in and check it out and have them review what you've got if you haven't done so already. It's always a good thing to do.
It's a very good thing to do.
Yeah. So Pete joined us twice last week. Last Tuesday, like we do every Tuesday at 7:40. And then Friday, you were my co-host for Breakfast with Brooks. Your breakfast was good, was it?
It was very good.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, it's fun to see some people and get out and about.
Yeah. One guy's like, who's that? Is that Pete? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got a little more gray hair now than he did back in the TV days.
I'd say a lot more gray hair. I think they're being kind.
I think they were being nice because they had less hair than you did.
Yeah, that we did touch on that as well, didn't we?
We did. Of course, we talked before the big weekend. Of course, big Iowa State game. Iowa State could have won that game. Should have probably won that game on Saturday. But I know Hawkeye fans are all happy about that day.
Yup. You sound like a guy whose team lost saying we could have or we should have won.
Yeah. I am. Pete.
Yeah.
I have. And then
if we would have completed 2 passes that they were wide open, we would have won by 30 points.
Oh, come on now. We had like what a pick
Okay,
six.
maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it wouldn't have been that close.
The Iowa State scored a couple of touchdowns for you too, just on the defensive side. But so you let that one go. You go, okay, I'm just gonna let it go. It's just one game. Wait for the Vikings. Going, all right, here we go. Boom, we're kicking off the NFL season. What a disappointment that was.
There is no other way to sum that one up. That was disappointing. That's a bad loss.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But
well, I don't care. I don't care who you play. You turn the ball over 3 times in the first half. Then what was probably even worse is they had like 4th and 3 in the 12-yard line, so they're kicking a field goal.
yeah.
And we have a rookie line up off sides, give them a first down, and then they get a touchdown.
I know it.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to overcome that.
Yeah. That's the Vikings for you.
Yeah.
Well, after about 3 games, I'm going to go, well, there's always next year.
Yeah.
We got a loss probably coming next week against the Eagles on Thursday. Well, not this weekend, Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yep.
And then turn around and then we could lose to the Chargers. And then, I don't know. So I'm telling you, Pete, it'll be hard to win out if we start 0-3 or 1-4.
It's we need one of those games. I don't know which one it's going to be, but we need one of them. I do not think it was going to be. I do not think it's going to be Thursday night. I do not have a lot of faith in that one.
Well, there you go. Well, just another game. Yeah, come on over for some, brats and burgers and some beer. And
I think that's why I always try to make something on the smoker or something during football games, because that way at least something goes right.
Well, as long as your grill stays lit.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. But last Thursday though, it started out good. I mean, Detroit looked good. They were playing. They won big over the Kansas City Chiefs. I know fans weren't too happy, but it happened.
Did you just say they won big?
Yeah, 21-20.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Hey, that's big.
All right.
That's big for the Lions.
It's a big win. I don't know if they won big.
Yeah, and then,
it's all about grammar, Jay.
And I was never good at that, Pete.
Yeah. So you went into a career where you speak.
Right, exactly. I know. I think one of my English teachers is turning over in her grave right now. How did he ever get that job?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what else happened on football? Who else lost? There was the Cowboys for some reason won big.
Oh, they crushed the Giants. That was one of those things where a couple things went wrong early for the Giants and it just snowballed. It was you could just see it. They just folded. I think was it a blocked field goal?
Yeah. Ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, and then I don't know if it's the next series or whatever. They got intercepted and ran back for a touchdown and
pick six. And
yep.
So
then it was over.
So are the Cowboys really that good, or the Giants just that bad?
I would say somewhere in the middle of both.
Yeah,
it's week 1.
And then last night, I know everybody's all hyped up about this Monday night game against the Bills and the Jets. And I said, I couldn't remember who I told this to. I think I told to a couple of people. And I didn't know if I told you or not, but I said, because all this hype about Aaron Rodgers, as you know, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
All this hype. I'm like, you know what? I wish he'd just get, injured and then where he can't play anymore for the season or whatever. Well, guess what happened last night?
You need to focus your wishes more on rain or something. Not.
It's happened twice. When he played the Vikings, he broke his collarbone.
Yep.
I was hoping for that to happen. I hope they break something on him. And then I was hoping he'd have an injury last night, and it happened. So it doesn't sound good. I mean, I wish him the best. I don't want him to be disabled and not be able to do things, but yeah, when that
was unbelievable. I was watching and I couldn't believe it, and go on the line and look at the reactions on Twitter. And I don't know if you saw Peyton Manning's reaction on.
Yeah, he's like, do they even have another quarterback?
Yeah, he said he did all his research for the game was on Aaron Rodgers all the way back to his days at California in college, and 3 plays in, it's over.
Yeah, it was 4 snaps, Pete. 4 snaps is all it was.
Yep.
And he's done.
I tell you what, though, if you stuck with that game, holy cow, that was an exciting game at the end.
Oh, it was. The Jets win.
Yep.
It just and I think Beavis and Butthead, were doing the play-by-play. They, they were kind of hoping that they didn't know what to talk about after Aaron went out.
Yeah, that's a totally different storyline.
Yeah, I know it. But Wilson did all right.
He did all right. He had a couple throws that were like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
I don't know if you saw that touchdown that Garrett Wilson caught towards the end of the game, the one-handed one.
Oh, I missed that one.
Actually, he reached out with one hand and pulled it up into the air, and then reached with the other hand and knocked it around and fell down and grabbed it as he was falling down on his back for a touchdown.
Huh.
It was one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah. Best part is the punt return. They can run it back to a touchdown.
Yeah.
In the game.
It was a crazy ending, that's for sure.
It was. So
It's only week 1. We got 17 more weeks to go.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah, Mikey's only got about 15 weeks. I bet
We'll get smarter every week, won't we?
We will. Titans lost. Yeah, my Titans lost too.
Oh, did they really? Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
To New Orleans?
Yeah, so I had a loser weekend.
Yeah, you kind of did have a rough few days.
Mm-hmm. I did. I really did.
Hopefully everybody is wrong and somehow the Vikings pull it off Thursday, but I probably wouldn't bet a quarter on them.
Well, the Eagles don't look very good either. They didn't anyway. So
they're going to be at home. They're going to be all jacked up for their first home game on a nationally televised night. And
we all know how well Cousins does on a big night.
I tell you what, my biggest disappointment, and I felt this way in the offseason, but I was hoping they knew more than I did, which I'm sure they do. But we did so many things to upgrade, our wide receiver core with Jordan Addison, and we upgraded the defensive line and the linebackers and the defensive backs. What was our biggest weakness last year?
Our line.
Offensive line.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we did anything unless I'm missing something. I think we drafted a couple, but nobody who can step in right away. And
yeah, nobody was impressive, I'll tell you that.
No, especially when the pulling guard turns and knocks the ball out of Cousins' hand for a fumble.
Right.
I've never seen that before, I don't think.
I think all of his turnovers wasn't even his fault.
Oh, well, actually, you're right. The fumble when Winfield hit him, there's nothing he could do about that.
Right.
And then the interception, KJ Osborne had it in his hands and the defensive back pulled it away from him.
Yeah. Like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys playing football or what are you doing out there?
It's week 1, Jay.
I know, but boy, it's gonna be an expensive year, I'll tell you that, with beer going down.
Oh, sit in the garage and just keep it to yourself, right?
Yeah, that's all I can do. Neighbors think I'm crazy, but oh well.
That happens.
Yeah. Well, I've been in the neighborhood for just over a year, so they're going. They haven't seen the full season, I don't think.
Yeah, they will probably start to understand soon.
Right. Yeah. What is that noise? Oh,
Yeah.
Jay's all. Vikings must not have done well today.
Jay's crying.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Get a megaphone out there. Vikings are horrible.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you do?
Right.
Keep watching football, I guess.
And plan on it. I
Right.
guarantee you that.
Well, Pete, we wiped out the tears, and we just got to wait for Thursday night now.
Move ahead.
All right. Well, you have a good week and work hard. All right.
All right. You do the same.
That's the good stuff.